It is 5:54 on Saturday morning, and I think I woke up around 3:30, so that's where we are. That's why the lighting keeps changing, because my camera is struggling. Good morning, friends. Welcome to day 2 of Summerween. It's still very early in the morning. It's about 6 a.m. I'm actually going to try to lay down for like 1 more hour, but I wanted to let you know that before I went to bed last night, I did start Funhouse by Diane Hoh, and this is a YA horror story about an amusement park where the roller coaster goes off the rails, and you're following like a group of friends that were hanging out at the amusement park together, like on the boardwalk. It's like an amusement park, I think somewhere in California. I forget exactly where. I was only able to make it to page 35. I thought I was going to read this entire book before bed last night, but apparently I was really tired, so that didn't happen. But so I'm going to actually pick up with this. I did read this in the dark a little bit last night, and it's still dark. If I turn off this light, it will be pretty dark in here because it's only 6 a.m. in the morning. So I'm gonna like read this one, and then I think I want to read the 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒂. I've had this sitting on my TBR since it released. I pre-ordered it, and yeah, I really enjoyed his last novella that I read, so I really want to read this one. And then I know he already has another one out that people are getting early copies of. Currently reading, which is Funhouse by Diane Hoh. I'm actually enjoying this. Like, I've heard that these are super cheesy, but I'm actually enjoying it. I am currently on page 59, so I wasn't able to read that much more before I took another nap, but I am liking it. So there's a couple things I've been tabbing to like talk about with you guys. The first one was on page 2, and this is something that I have noticed in like 80s horror books, just in general, the very few that I have read, is that the relationship between the children, the young adults, whatever, and the like adult figures is very odd. Like the mother, daughter, son, you know, relationship, or father, son, daughter, or the teachers or the camp counselors or whoever is in a position of authority. There's some very weird interactions. On page 2 of this one, it says their history teacher, Mr. Dart, teased her nearly every morning. Hey, Jamboni, heavy date night? Looks like you overslept. I don't ever in my wildest dreams imagining a teacher saying this to a child now, or a student now, ever. All right, sorry about that. My husband interrupted my train of thought. Anyway, okay, back to the quotes that I was saving. So I don't think that young and old, like, you know, relationships were the healthiest in these books. I obviously do not know what that was like, because if I ever talked to like my teacher or my mom or my dad like that, I would have been in big trouble. So the disrespect is a little, I don't know, and the lines between the authority figure and the younger people is quite blurred in these older horror novels. But also on that same page, Usually he was right. Gina dated a lot because everyone, girls and guys, like to be around her. So I don't know if that's like leaning towards queer or not, but I'm gonna take it as a yes. And this was published in 1990, so I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, I also really like that in the first chapter we're introduced to like some of the characters that are at this like amusement park on the boardwalk, and then, you know, the incident goes down where the Devil's Elbow roller coaster like crashes off of the track or whatever. The second chapter is from the killer's POV. How cool is that? So I also like that we have been getting the killer's POV. And the last part that I wanted to, oh yeah, she really kind of stood up for herself in this moment. So Tessa got this threatening note. This is on page 40. She got this threatening note, and the next day she woke up and she was like, I'm taking this to the police. So she went in, and of course the chief wasn't there. The police chief wasn't there. So she's talking to just like a regular policeman that's on duty or whatever. What's the matter? You missing a boyfriend? Nah, that can't be it. Fellow'd be crazy to walk out on a pretty little thing like you. He smiled at her, obviously expecting her to return the smile. She didn't. Standing up very straight, grateful that she'd worn her black heels, she said crisply, I'm not little, and my problem isn't a boy, it's this note. She tossed the white piece of paper onto his desk. Someone slid it under my door last night, and I need to know what I should do about it. So he picked it up. What's this? A love note? Not exactly. Could you look at it, please? So I just love that in this moment she's standing up for herself, because it's not like she's being disrespectful. He's being quite disrespectful.
If you don't know about this readathon, it is hosted by Gabby from Gabby Reads and Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte. It's so much fun. This is the OG weenie, as they say. I don't know how many years ago they started it, but basically in the summertime they both just like really were craving Halloween.
If my hair always looks a mess, this is why. Like, how am I supposed to do anything with this? How? Yeah. So that's my hair. All right, I was able to get my Instagram picture for the day. Also, well, I have my good sunglasses inside. I was able to get my Instagram picture for the day, also my thumbnail for today done. Since I'm reading this book, I took a picture of me with this book, and then I just took a picture of the horror books that I have. But yeah, my husband is doing some yard work, but I'm gonna go outside and read this, and then I'll update you with thoughts when I come inside. All right, it's about noon, and I thought I would grab a snack. I'm gonna have some of my cowboy caviar that I made yesterday. If you want the recipe, check out yesterday's vlog. I'm also gonna have some Rainier cherries. These are my favorite cherries. If I can get this container open. Yum. Got some chips, cowboy caviar, my cherries, and I'm gonna try to finish my book. Great news, you guys. I finished A Funhouse by Diane Hoh, and I am so excited to try to find more books by this author. I just really liked it a lot. I think I'm rating it 4 stars, like, which is crazy. So I heard about the point horror series that, you know, it's like 80s, 90s YA horror. It can be a little cheesy. So I did like curb my expectations going in, thinking it's not going to be mind-blowing, but I had so much fun, you guys. I absolutely loved this. Like 4 stars. I don't think I can give it 5 because, I mean, it's not amazing, but the enjoyment level is definitely a 5. Did I figure out who the antagonist was? Yes. Were there some like outdated things? Yes. But overall, it was just a really fun, quick story that was kind of terrifying, especially if I would have read it, you know, as a young adult. Like if I was a young teenager, like if I was like around 12 to 15, I think I would have been a little scared of fun houses. But I loved the setting. I liked the characters. I could tell them all apart, even though there was like a group of friends and stuff like that, and they were talking about like their parents and their siblings and all of their dynamics together. Like, I never was confused. It takes place on the majority of the story takes place in Santa Luisa, California, on the boardwalk where there is this amusement park. And I just loved it so much. Like, I don't know. I really enjoyed this one. So I'm definitely interested in my other point horror stories now. Like, are they going to be as good as this one? Is it just Diane Hoh? Did I just curb my, you know, enjoyment level, or what's going on? Because I'm really excited to jump into more. But I think next I'm going to try to do the 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒔 novella. You've Lost a Lot of Blood. And then, I don't know, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just going to jump into more point horror because this was just so much freaking fun, you guys. I also thought I should look through my video and see what people were voting for me to read, what they, you know, wanted me to read and stuff this week. So let me look up that video. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so let's look up my video. Let me go through the comments. Sorry, I'm trying to like hold you where you can like see me, but let's see. I'll start at the bottom. Daily vlog. The Girl Next Door is really dark. I don't know if I would recommend it. Maybe something shorter, since those are always good to read during readathons. I love the retro 80s horror. Me too, Vanessa. Jordan said my vote is for the 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒔 book since it's so short. Bookworm's Buddy said always been interested in Jack Ketchum books but have not read any of his stuff yet. Would be interested in hearing your thoughts on his writing. So that kind of cancels out the other one. And I might actually pick that one up because I do have it on audio. I really want to read the Pallbearers Club, so that's my vote. That's what Liv's library voted for, and I really do want to read that one. There's just something about it that's calling to me. But the 10-week audiobook hold is killing my vibe. Maybe I'll start it though. I don't know. Those point horror books are some of my favorites. I loved Funhouse. The beginning shocked me as a child. The Ruins is sickening and amazing, but it's a long one. One of my favorites though. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get to The Ruins in this week for this readathon. I just think I need to take more time with that one. It's like a 14+ hour audiobook, and obviously my library has the book and I can get it on audio. So I think I'm just gonna wait until the fall, like maybe October, to pick that one up. And then Jessie goes, whenever I decide to come visit you, may I request cowboy caviar? Absolutely, Jessie, you may, because it is so good. very, very hot. I don't know if you can even read that. It is about 111, I think, 111. If you look up, the sun is behind that cloud and I have all those clouds to cover it. So I'm hoping it will be a little bit cooler, but it's kind of what the sky looks like. That's what the temperature looks like. And I have decided to pick up You've Lost a Lot of Blood by 𝒂𝒂💏. I'm currently on page 28. It's kind of weird because there's like a story within a story, which is actually the title of the book or the novella. And that part is very, very interesting. But then there's this other part about Ambrose and this other guy, and I'm not enjoying that part as much, and I'm not fully understanding that part as much. But I'm hoping it will all come together. The writing is kind of weird and kind of gruesome, and I kind of love it. But at the same time, it's weird, and I don't understand it all. So anyway, while the sun is being swallowed up by those clouds, I think I am going to sit out here and read for a little bit, get my vitamin D, and yeah, then I will give you an update a little bit later on as I get like further into the story, because everything is just kind of weird and hard to explain right now. All right, friends, I'm here with a reading update. We're going to go ahead and close out day number 2 of Summerween. I did finish reading Funhouse by Diane Hoh, and I'm very excited to read more point horror, specifically by this author. It was just a really fun time. I didn't find it as cheesy as I was expecting, and I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. Then I decided to pick up You've Lost a Lot of Blood by 𝒂𝒂💏, and I haven't finished it, but I am on page 61, so I probably will finish it today/tonight and be able to update you with my full thoughts in the morning. It's just a really weird, kind of fragmented story. You're kind of getting 2 stories in one. There is the Ambrose and the other guy. I keep forgetting his name. Here's the characters. So you have Ambrose, and then you have this guy. You have their story. They're like in a relationship, but I think one guy wants to kill the other guy. And then you get a story that one of them wrote. And that's actually the story that I'm enjoying more. It's about this woman and her brother, who I don't know if her brother is actually real or if he is a ghost. But she went to this house. She's gonna help like write this video game, and just like weird, creepy stuff is happening. So that's what that's about. I'm sorry if that doesn't really help you. I'm really just kind of confused, but it's really kind of gruesome and fun at the same time. But like I said, I'm only enjoying that one, like the story within the story. But anyway, that is the update for day number 2. Let me know what you're reading down in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.